everybody from over there, Belinda?
That's okay. We just get started and they'll
Okay.
hear us. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. It is my great honor to welcome you to this very special occasion as we gather to celebrate the incredible achievements of the graduating class of 2025 PA students. Take it in. This is a moment of joy, pride, and reflection, a moment to recognize not only the dedication of these students, but also the unwavering support of their families. Shout out to the families. Faculty, preceptors, mentors, and anyone who has walked alongside of them on this journey. Class of 2025, tonight is about honoring the journey you have taken together. I imagine when you walked into orientation on your very first day, there was a mix of excitement and nerves, wondering if you were ready, if you would measure up, if you could handle what lay ahead. And yet, you are here. You leaned on each other when times felt overwhelming. You found ways to encourage one another through long days and nights of studying. And you discovered within yourselves, and dare I say, still, discovering a resilience you may not have known you had. So, class of 2025, this evening belongs to you. May it stand as both a commemoration to all you have achieved and a charge to carry forward the knowledge, empathy, and leadership that this profession demands. We will follow the program as printed. Next, we will have Dr. Dawson come up and do introductions of our executive team and leaders and faculty and staff.
Good evening. Welcome to our campus, family members, friends, colleagues. So excited to have you all here this evening for this great occasion. My name is Dr. Pangela Dawson. I'm the founding program director, the department chair, and the associate dean for the PA program here at Morehouse School of Medicine. I am honored and thrilled to be able to stand here again and acknowledge and congratulate another cohort on a successful journey. This is our fifth cohort to actually get to this point, and we are beside ourselves that this journey is coming to this point. I am charged at this point, and I never follow directions, so give me a little purview. We're doing great on time, team. I just want to say a few words. I'll be back up shortly to kind of give a charge to the class, but before I acknowledge our executive leaders here at the institution, I really want to kind of say a few words to everyone in the room for that matter, not just our graduates. I thought about this on the way here this evening, had no plans to share this. My husband is my confidant, and I usually bounce things off of him, and he usually redirects, but he gave the thumb ups on this one. Professor Griggs, who's not here this evening, and I have been in Kentucky for the past few days, in rural Kentucky at that, that's home for me, looking at future preceptor sites, clinical sites, really stopping and talking to surgeons and physicians and PAs and nurse practitioners, administrators of these hospitals, really trying to forge ahead and move this program into the next chapter, if you will. And so as we were doing that, I just thought about home and really our efforts. I came back, right before I flew back here, I was able to sit with my 22-year-old who's a college student at the University of Kentucky. And as we're sitting in the car and I'm about ready to go to the airport last night, he says, Mom, I'm back to journaling again. I'm like, okay, 22-year-old, I'm gonna take it and run with it. And some of you know, and the team actually knows, that my 22-year-old had to work through the past couple of years a suicide of one of his closest friends on his campus. And so 2 years later, he's now sitting in the car next to me. He says, you know, Mom, I really have learned to begin to think on the positive things. You know, rather than reflect on all that I don't have and all of the negatives, I really have just learned in my journaling to focus on the positive things. He said, I've gone back to, Dad once told me to think about the things that I'm grateful for. He said, so I'm starting to add to that list. 22-year-old, full beard, twists that really need to be retwisted right now. And he taught me something, and I think I want to share that tonight, that this 22-year-old who fought back after such a devastating loss in his young life is now reflecting on how far he's come over the past 2 years. And it just really ministered to me how he said, we have so much to be thankful and so much to be blessed, that we're blessed with. And as my husband told me about some recent raids at his company and folks running for their lives, seeking shelter to hide, I really did have to step back and say, we really, truly are blessed. And that being grateful, you really just have to pause and intentionally be grateful, even if you are a 22-year-old who's picked back up that journal that his mother bought him 2 years ago and has started writing again. So I start out not with a heavy heart, but really just a reminder that we're blessed to be here tonight. The journey was long, it was hard fought, but we're blessed to be here tonight. And so these congratulations come with that sentiment and that heart, if you will. So, okay, sorry team, but we're all right. 7:06. Had to share my heart on that. So I really am charged to come up and acknowledge our executive leaders. But before I do that, I want to first congratulate the class. I also want to acknowledge the team. So much work and planning has gone into this evening. Maisha in particular, if we can give her a round of applause. Heart and soul has gone into making sure this was an eventful and a beautiful night for this cohort and their family members. I also want to acknowledge the team, the faculty, the staff. If you all can stand and be acknowledged. Now, I know Dr. Anachabe, thank you, team. I know Dr. Anachabe is in here, and I'm going to bring her up in a second, so I'm going to say this gently. One of the, or if not the hardest working team on this campus. You didn't hear that, Dr. Anachabe, but it is true. This team works hard. I'm just full of heart, tirelessly for these students to make sure that they're successful. Most mornings we are on the phone well before 8 o'clock. Got a minute? Are you up? Need to talk to you? You got a second? I got a question. And am I lying about it? Telling you the truth. And often into the wee night hours of the evening, those texts and those emails are continuously coming. Ask my husband. And we respond. We answer to the call. And it's not for us. It honestly, sincerely is about making sure this group of students is successful. So I thank you, team. I don't know if the staff stood as well. Did you all stand in the back? I started here 8 years ago, and my sentiments then was the staff makes the team. That without them, this team would not flow, and I stand by that they really are the guts to this. They make it work. They keep us on time. They keep us sharp. So a heartfelt thanks to the staff and all of their work. And then one more group, our preceptors. So our team works hard here on campus, but somewhere midway through this program, we actually hand our students over to the trust of our preceptors. And I know we have a few preceptors here tonight, so if you could stand and be acknowledged. Thank you all for collaborating with us, for believing in this program and continuing with your commitment. And then finally, truly what I'm up here to do is acknowledge our executive leadership. I think I saw a reel recently that stated, it takes a village to raise the child. Will somebody please tell me when the village is showing up? And I'm here to say that the village is here. Morehouse School of Medicine is our village, and they show up each and every day to make sure that we stay committed to the mission and that the mission moves forward. And so I'd like to introduce our new, or actually returning, long history here, Executive Vice Dean, Dr. Nachebe, if you could come and please say a few words.
Good evening. Truly an honor to be here with all of you. Congratulations to our class of 2025. Dr. Dawson and team, amazing work for a young program to be this successful. So class of 2025, I see a bright future ahead of you. Go out there and blaze your path. You're going to do amazing things. You're going to save lives. The future is only beginning. You have been raised well. You are well trained. You will pass your board certification exams. I know that for a fact. As a young program, we need you. So always remember where you came from. We need you to precept our students. You need to help them get to where you are. I must thank our preceptors. We would not be able to train our students were it not for you. So thank you for your service to Morehouse School of Medicine. It really does take the entire village, as Dr. Dawson said. Our staff, amazing people. I was talking to some faculty who came despite being off. And I said to them, it's the sense of purpose, your commitment to our students. That's why you're here. Morehouse School of Medicine is like no other place, and I've been to 2 other places, so I know. I come to work every day just happy to help the efforts of everyone, and I leave at the end of the day happy that I made a difference. So our students, thank you for agreeing to receive your education here at Morehouse School of Medicine, and congratulations on all your hard work. The best is yet to come. Thank you, family, for supporting them. Thanks, everyone.
And before I take my seat once again, I stand corrected and apologize. Please pardon me. I also would like to acknowledge our president and CEO, Dr. Valerie Montgomery Rice, who is not here this evening, but I stand every time I have the opportunity to stand behind the podium, I acknowledge her vision for this program, for without that vision, we would not be here. So in her absence, and then you all did meet our dean, Dean Tyndall, earlier this evening. So again, acknowledging them. Thank you very much. Look forward to an exciting evening.
Thank you again. Next on our program are reflections from the class of 2025 SGA officers and ambassadors. Your Vice President, Fumi Daudu, and Arnisha Clark, your treasurer. Please come forward.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Olufunmilayo Daudu. My classmates also know me as Fumi Daudu, sometimes Steve Harvey. And tonight I was charged with opening up the night as a reflections, which is very funny because if you know me, I have spent probably the past 2.5 years trying not to remember what happened throughout most of PA school, but I want to introduce myself and thank you all for coming tonight. Before we get started, I would like to acknowledge our friends, family, and loved ones who have poured into us, prayed over us, and really supported us throughout this journey. So class of 2025, would you please join me in giving a round of applause? So I want to just pause for a moment and celebrate the fact that we made it. We made it through countless lectures, rounds of OSCEs, avoiding Dr. Dempsey in the hallway for her EKGs, and through it all, we survived it, and we look fantastic tonight. So congratulations to you all. Let's be honest, PA school wasn't just hard. It was learn every organ system in every body part throughout every population 3 times. It was learn the brachial plexus 3 times, forget it twice, and then just pray to God that it doesn't show up on the pants. But we made it, and I'm so proud of each and every one of you. I have had the pleasure of serving as the class of 2025 vice president. And I'm so glad to be here in front of you all tonight because this journey has been about resiliency, flexibility, teamwork, and more than that, we have leaned on each other and poured into each other each and every step of the way. I won't keep you all too long tonight because we have so much more planned throughout this program, but I would just like for you all to pause and acknowledge the fact that you did it, and you did it with the help of the faculty, your friends, and your family. We've survived PA school, which means that we can survive anything, including a Jet2 holiday. With that being said, I would like to welcome up our treasurer, Ms. Arnisha Clark. As we reflect on the journey that brought us here tonight, it's only fitting that we acknowledge the class leaders that their dedication and service brought us here as well. So I'll allow Ms. Arnisha Clark to continue.
Hello, everyone. As she said, I am the PA Class of 25 Treasurer, Arnisha Clark. I'm so glad to see your beautiful faces tonight. So I am introducing the PA Class of 25 SGA officers as well as our amazing student ambassadors. Okay, first let's recognize our SGA officers who serve as the voice of our program and work tirelessly to represent and support their classmates. At this time, will the SGA officers please stand as I read your name? First up, we have our president, Ms. Krishna Lewis. Next, we have Fumi Daudu, our vice president. Next, we have me, the treasurer, Arnisha Clark. We have our amazing secretary, Brittany Hall. Last but not least, we have our historian, Brittany Amati. Let's go ahead and give another round of applause. So next, I have the honor of introducing our amazing student ambassadors. At this time, when I call your name, I would like all the ambassadors to please stand so we can acknowledge your hard work, dedication, and representing the Morehouse School of Medicine PA program so well. First up, we have Miss Alexis Blau. Next, we have Raven Crowder. Up next, we have Quincy Goodwin. Haley Green. Mr. Brandon Harper. Miss Ashley Hagan. Miss Patricia Carabo. Brianna Nesbitt. Kayla Oriami. Marcel Perez. Patience Sellers. Dale Williams. Please join me in giving our amazing student ambassadors another round of applause. Thank you all so much, and now I'll be handing the mic over to Ms. Fumi and Brittany.
I please have the members of the e-board join me in the front of the stage so you can help us pass these out. All right, so now that we've had the opportunity to celebrate our leaders and their dedication to service, let's have a little bit of fun tonight. Tonight, we would like to celebrate the unique personalities and quirks that each and every one of our classmates has had throughout PA school. These superlatives were voted for by your peers in fun, so let's take a moment to see what the class of 2025 has.
All righty, so first off, we'll start with, if there wasn't one thing this girl wasn't gonna do, it was gonna be make sure all of our lectures were recorded beforehand. And she made sure to ask before every lecture, is this lecture being recorded? And rightfully so. So we named her most likely to ask if this is being recorded, to Miss Brittany Amati.
Next up, this person is not only, she's a woman of many talents. Not only is she the head of our birthday committee, but she is also our class advocate, and she was therefore voted PA Attorney at Law, Miss Stephanie Bouvet.
Alrighty, next, from pen to lotion to even speaker, this girl always made sure to have what everyone needed, no matter what the item may have been. So we named her most likely to have what you need exactly when you need it, Miss Alexis Blunt.
The next girl is always there to call upon if you need her for a quick prayer or even outfit advice. She is a reminder that you can keep the faith and keep it fashionable, Miss Summer Blake. I'm sorry, Miss Summer Blake was voted most likely to prescribe prayer in Prada.
Alrighty, next. If you don't know, you know. This girl always made sure your attitude was in check, so we named her most likely to cure your illness and your attitude, Miss Deja Booker.
This next person is the true definition of a hustler. He will always find a way to make things happen, balancing schoolwork and everything life-related. Mr. Emmanuel Burns was voted most likely to have a side hustle in Scrubs.
All right. This girl, you can see this girl's beautiful smile from a mile away, so we named her most likely to light up the room with her smile, Miss Arnisha Clark.
This next girl has captured not only the class's heart, but also each and every step of our journey through the lens of her camera. Miss Raven Crowder was voted most likely to be the heart and the lens of the class.
Alrighty. One thing about this girl is that she's gonna be the voice of the people. And she can even say the worst news in a way where you can't even really be mad at her. So we named her most likely to be crowned the people's princess, Miss Fumi Dowdu. Alrighty, next up, never mind.
If you don't find this person on his two legs, you'll most definitely find him on two wheels. Mr. Joseph DeGive was voted most likely to pedal to the pants. This next young lady found a way to balance PA school with the Army and will never pass up an opportunity to show you a picture of her nieces and nephews. Adia Dobbs was voted most likely to go the extra mile with Army precision and an auntie heart.
Alrighty, this guy knew how to turn any time into a good and memorable one, from class lectures to rotations and so forth. So we named him most likely to turn a 12-hour shift into a good time, Mr. Quincy Goodwin. Alrighty. If there wasn't one thing that this girl was gonna do, it was gonna make sure that she was wearing a fashionable pair of pumps or an indoor heels. So we named her most likely to be wearing heels.
Haley Grennan was voted most likely to be caught wearing wedges, saving lives.
Yeah, sorry.
I have the pleasure of announcing this next person. She enters every room with a smile on her face and a little dance on her way. Miss Brittany Hall was voted most likely to do a little dance on her way to see a patient. Do a little dance for us. There you go, okay? This next person is never caught without a coffee in her hand. Miss Ashley Hagan was voted most likely to turn all-nighters and Americanos into A+.
Alrighty. One thing about this guy is that no matter what, he was definitely gonna get his workout in regardless of the circumstance. So we named him most likely to opt for, oh, sorry. So we named him most likely to opt for a workout versus studying. No offense.
This next person is your favorite ortho bro because he can not only fix your fracture, but he can also fix your fishing line. Mr. Devin Herman was voted most likely to reel them in and mend them up.
This next girl, she never failed to say what we were all thinking, so we named her most likely to say what we're all thinking, Miss Jasmine Jalali.
This next person values her family above all and made sure that we all knew it. Miss Lorraine Jean-Baptiste was voted most likely to keep her family close and her focus closer. This next person was voted most likely to bring a Michelin star lunch because if you saw his lunchbox, you would know that we all tried to get a little piece of what he had to bring. Dongson Kang. This next person is the ultimate definition of facing a battle and keeping a smile on it each and every step of the way. Miss Patricia Carabo was voted most likely to laugh through the storm.
This next girl, you would know her laugh from a mile away, and it would instantly start smiling and or laughing because how contagious it is. So we named her Most Contagious Laugh, Miss Ligeria Lacey.
This next person, she may not be here with us tonight, but on the screen you can all see that her hair is beautiful. Tonight, she was voted most likely to let her hair do the talking, Miss Arleta Lawson. I also have the pleasure of announcing our president's superlative. During the beginning of our didactic year, she was quick to send out a Google poll just to get a feel for everything the class needed and be our advocate. Ms. Krishna Louie was voted most likely to turn a crisis into a Google poll.
One thing about this girl, if you know, you know, she is always carrying snacks, even if she's carrying it for two now. So we named her most likely to be carrying snacks in her white coat pocket, Miss Jasmine Massey.
The following girl is the ultimate girl's girl. If you know her, she's always down to support a friend in need, and she's always down to give you a quick tutoring session. Miss Brianna Nesmith was voted most likely to be the ultimate girl's girl, brains included.
This next girl has a beautiful smile and spirit, and she's always radiating positivity. Your mood instantly gets better being around her. So we named her most likely to be a walking dose of vitamin D, Miss Cameron Nichols.
Some may know her as DJ KO, but we know her as Miss Kayla Oriomi. She was voted most likely to have a playlist for every patient.
This next guy, you know, he would just always know random facts in class that no one else knew, and we would all be like, how do you even know that? So we named him Walking Up to Date, Marcel Perez.
This next girl is super perceptive and could always tell whenever someone was having a down day. In that moment, she would speak life into you, and so Miss Helena Quist was voted most likely to speak life into every patient she meets.
One thing about this next girl is that if you've ever had trouble remembering any content from lectures or had any trouble with a specific topic, she always had a mnemonic to help you out, and it always worked. So we named her most likely to teach you a mnemonic you'll never forget, Miss Patience Sellers.
The ultimate family man, and you always caught him in the gym after class. Mr. Chadrick Richardson was voted most likely to put family and fitness first.
This next girl, they say a dog is a man's best friend, and this girl has the cutest dog with the most beautiful white coat who goes everywhere with her. So we named her, most likely to have her dog riding shotgun, Miss Caitlin Sennett.
This next girl was most likely to have her notes done before the professors even finished their own lecture slides. Miss Helen Shustari was voted most likely to have perfect notes before the lecture ends.
All right, this next girl, she loves to be creative and work in some fun plans between her weekend study time. This includes sushi, yoga, hot works, and more. So we named her most likely to be your go-to PA for prescriptions and weekend plans, Miss Taylor Tony.
And last, but most certainly not least, our class unc, our favorite, Mr. Dale Williams, was voted most likely to be a future preceptor. Dale, we will submit your application to the PA program on your behalf. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. You thought you got rid of me, huh? Surprise! Ladies and gentlemen, now that we've had our fun celebrating each other with the class superlatives, it's time to turn our attention towards the people who guided us, supported us, and sometimes even pushed us to become the future providers that we are today. Let's move into the faculty and staff awards section. Oh, okay, all right. Oh, we moved a little fast. All right. That's all right. Most likely to turn a lecture into a comedy show. You've heard him singing down the aisles. We have Dr. Ard.
Thank you.
That was really good. He's been working on that all year, y'all. All right. Our next faculty award goes to the Walking Encyclopedia. We had our Walking Up to Date, but Up to Date refers to her before they even post. We have Dr. Blackman. Please come on up.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Our next award goes to someone who never fails to either throw candy out into the audience if we look a little sad or give us a resounding woo! The PA program cheerleader goes to Dr. Young Mercado. Okay. All right. This next award goes to someone, she is our mama bear. She was voted most likely to give the class a real talk, but all out of love, Dr. Demps. She didn't even need a microphone. That was fantastic. This next award goes to someone who never fails to stunt throughout the halls of Morehouse School of Medicine in elegance, but she's also so well-spoken and guided each and every one of us along the way from the beginning. Elegance and intellect goes to Professor Stephanie Banks. It was close. It was really close. Our next award, Undercover Rock Star, goes to someone who works tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure that this program runs the way that it does. This award goes to Ms. Richardson. This next award goes to this next award is Staff of the Year. This person, she also works tirelessly behind the scenes. She has orchestrated this entire event tonight. She is up late in the midnight hour and up at the crack of dawn, making sure that we have what we need and that we feel supported. Staff of the Year goes to Ms. Baker Dunn. This next award, Faculty of the Year, goes to someone that, drum roll, please. This award goes to someone that has poured into us, that has given us hugs along the way, pulled us to the side and give us a stern talking to while we needed it as well. She has paraded across the stage, and I'm sure she will do it again. Dr. Demps. This time, we got through the aisles. This time, we would like a speech, Dr. Demps.
To God be the glory. Thank y'all. Look at here. Thank you, class of 2025. But for the privilege and opportunity to pour into you. I'm gonna try not to cry, but as I've told you guys so many times, this is my calling, okay? And so thank you for allowing me to do what God has called me to do, which is to pay it forward and pour into you guys, okay? You've done it. Congratulations. Congratulations. You're the next generation of what's important to healthcare. You're the backbone of healthcare. So go forward and do well. And remember, I asked you guys of one thing, which was to give me a second opportunity to maybe correct some mistakes I made, which is each and every time you take care of a patient, treat them with kindness, treat them with compassion,
And some say treat them with care, but I always charged you to go to another level. Treat them like you would want someone to treat your mom or your dad or your auntie or your kid, okay? Y'all have done it. I'm so proud of y'all. I am so proud of you. Dr. Dawson, this is my second class. And I can't tell y'all how full I am. I practiced medicine for 30 years, and it doesn't compare to these last 2 years I've had teaching you guys, okay? So, go forward, do well. The best is yet to come. And when we first met, what did I always tell y'all? Get ready, get ready, get ready. Well, now I say to you, you're ready. You're ready. You're ready. Thank y'all.
Thank you all so much for helping me celebrate the faculty and staff that make this program what it is and make us who we are. Have a good night.
That's in my last, I got you. Last director's dialogue. Got it, okay. Okay. All righty, so this is where I give my charge, and I'll try to keep it short. What an exciting night. Thank you all for putting all that energy into the superlatives, and we are thanking you for the next 10 faculty meetings where we have to hear Dr. Demps say that she won that award. So thank you for that as well. All righty, slide, please. She's gonna bring it to the meetings, exactly. All right, so I didn't know she was gonna end there, but if I can get us all, in honor of Dr. Demps, because I knew she won that award, to do one last get ready, get ready, get ready. If we could do that kind of in unison, and then that's gonna set me off. So let's go on 3. 1, 2, 3. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Okay, so I've got about 4 slides here that'll take me probably 40 minutes, but I'll do my best here. So, so I really wanted to focus on this idea of a plumb line. So I've got a few bullet points up here as I address this class on their way out the door to begin their bright futures. Up here you see that it states, a plumb is a small piece of metal or a weight traditionally made of lead. How many of you guys know what a plumb line is? Anybody know what a plumb line is? Okay, so a few hands went up. I am not a construction designer, construction engineer, nothing of that sort. My husband, this is his area. But I find this interesting, and I wanted to leave you with an image as you walk out the door. I love images, I love visionary pieces, so hopefully this will stick with you as you're walking out the door beginning your careers. So the word plumb line comes from a Latin stem, plumbum, and that means lead. And so I've talked about this before, so much so that I was interested in, I went and actually bought for a visual aid, not for you guys, but one that I've used in the past, just to have a visual aid here of what a plumb line is. And so it's a tool that's used in construction. And if we think about constructing a home, building a house, building any structure for that matter, a hospital, this building, the new building, the conference center, we have to make sure that the walls are erected vertically, that they're straight up and down. We all understand that if a wall leans, then it's unstable, it's liable to fall, it's weak. It's not a good place to be. And so what a plumb line does, it allows construction workers or construction engineers to actually ensure that the structure or the wall is vertical. It's standing straight up and down. It's gonna be secure. It's gonna be trustworthy. It's gonna hold. That home's gonna be stable. And so a plumb line, again, is a tool. If you see the gentleman there, he's got the plumb hung on a line, hence the plumb line. It's used in construction to make sure something is upright, has integrity, is trustworthy. Next slide, please. And so I begin to think about this class and what our hope and our goal was when you came in about 28 months ago. Was really to think about what do we need to do as a team, as an institution, as a program, as a profession, to make sure that when they walk out the door, they're standing upright, that they're trustworthy, their walls are stable, they're vertical, they can stand on their own. And so we begin to think about values, principles, character, all of those things that can really ensure that a person is ready. So when I think about the plumb line, I said, well, when they came in the door, and this is what I do with most cohorts that come in, I say, you all are coming in the door with all different types of values, experiences, belief systems, and those things can hold, but as a profession, our charge is to make sure that you understand the values, the goals, the ethics of this profession. That in fact, there are things that as a PA, we hold dear to our profession to make sure that it's trustworthy and that it stands up and that the public believes in what we can do and what we can add. And so we understood, and I understood, that you come in with so many backgrounds and belief systems, but our goal was to make sure that you understood ours as an institution, ours as a program, and ours as a profession. You could go to the next slide. And so a couple of years ago, the institution developed a new strategic plan. I'm not sure if you all really were aware of that because you've been in the throes of your study. And so that new strategic plan is entitled A New Day. And many of us leaders across the campus were a part of developing this new strategic plan. And so some of that was thinking through our vision statement, which has always been about health equity. But under the guidance of our president and CEO, we actually added a piece to that. And it's on the screen here. So leading the creation and advancement of health equity, usually where we stopped, but we added to achieve health justice, meaning in our conversations, it wasn't enough just to talk about health equity anymore. We needed to move the needle and began a conversation and a dialogue around justice. So we added that piece. Then our core values, there was a lot of discussion about our core values. And at the end of the day, we felt like core values stay, that this institution is always going to be about excellence, service, wisdom, a lot of conversation about wisdom. Actually, it used to be knowledge and wisdom, integrity and innovation. But as you can see on the screen, we added justice. Again, that word justice meant something to this institution. Wisdom actually was compounded. We put knowledge with wisdom. Said that those things, knowledge begets wisdom, so those can be compiled. And so when I thought about this cohort and I thought about our new vision statement, our new strategic plan, I got to thinking about that plumb line again. And I got to thinking about, have we done our job to impart these core values that not only our institution and our program stands behind, but also our profession, the profession that you walked in the door 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, and said, I want to be a PA. I want to be a PA, and I want to go serve. I want to go give back. You had your why and you had your purpose. So I got to thinking again, did we do our job? Did we put these core values? And I think I've always said it's never just about A's and B's and GPAs. Those things are important, but these core values are what stand. These core values are what keeps your walls erect, keeps you vertical, keeps you honest, keeps you trustworthy. And so I hope as you leave today, you can go to the next slide. You're thinking about those core values. And in fact, that we did do our job of, yes, teaching you how to read EKGs and interpret chest x-rays and all of those things that are very important to being able to practice medicine. But I also want to make sure that you're knowledgeable of these other things that are just as important. So I'm going to show this clip. Dr. R is going to keep me honest. So I'm going to show this, it's about a 1-minute clip. Not sure how many folks follow the US Open or follow tennis. I do not. We do have two individuals on the team who are avid tennis players, is my understanding. But this was hot off the press, and this was important as I saw a news clip about this or a reel about this. So let me set the stage for all the individuals who are not avid tennis players or do not follow the world of tennis. And so my understanding as I read and as I've talked to Dr. Ard about these two young ladies on the screen, we have Naomi Osaka, I believe, who has been around for a while and actually went away for a couple of years, is now a mother and has returned to the world of tennis. We also have Coco Gauff, who's actually newer on the scene, actually won the French Open this year and won the US Open 2 years ago, getting it. And so I'm gonna play this clip as we think about that stage of we've got a bit of a veteran and we've got a newcomer and what happened on Sunday at the US Open. If you can click that for me, it'll hit.
You love with Wix. For your words, create your brand, your opportunity, your breakthrough. Feeling a vibe? Run with it. From can't look away to gotta have it.
Oh no, yeah, I think it was gonna skip.
You love with Wix. For your words, create your brand, your opportunity, your breakthrough. Feeling a vibe? Run with
I'm clicking, Paul.
it. From can't look away to gotta have it.
Give it up for Paul Wati.
To move into the Sweet 16.
Coco, this crowd absolutely loves you. Wipe those tears away. Tell us what Naomi told you at the net.
She told me that I did amazing and good luck, and then she asked if I could do the on-court interview with her, and I said no because I knew I was going to cry the whole time, but she encouraged me to do it.
You're only 15, Coco. This is your first U.S. Open in the main draw. What has the experience been like? And tonight playing against one of the very best in the world, #1, Naomi.
I mean, it was amazing. I mean, she did amazing, and I'm going to learn a lot from this match. And she's been so sweet to me, so thank you for this. Thank you.
So, you guys can hear me. I couldn't help, I think I actually saw this as I was boarding the flight to come back last night, and I had to put it in here. I saw, as those two young ladies had that exchange, on either side of the net, whether it was the winner, first place, or second place. I saw Grace. One more back. I saw a level of grace that Naomi, the winner, says, come do this interview with me. I saw grace on the other side where Coco said, no, I don't want to take your spotlight. This is your moment. You deserve this. I saw humility. No, they want to see you. You're great. No, it's your time. I don't have to go up there. I saw humility and grace, dedication, discipline, diligence on either side of that net. I saw an experienced one impart into a one that's coming up the ranks. And again, I couldn't help think about that plumb line and the core values needed to become a PA. GPAs are wonderful, but it's these extra things that make the difference. And then you couldn't see it, I don't think, on the screen. I was trying to show you. Naomi says to Coco, these people need to see your face. These people need to see our face. And I couldn't help again but thinking about the class of 2025. And I thought, these people need to see their face. These people need to see their faces. You guys, for the first time in history since the Williams sister, you had 2 women of color playing in the US Open. This is just Sunday. History. These people need to see your face. They need to see our faces. They need to see our faces. I kept saying, I hope it's registering. They need to see your faces. Brown faces, yellow faces, white faces, your religions, your backgrounds, your socioeconomic backgrounds. They need to see your faces. They need to see the mission that's been imparted in you. They need to see innovation, wisdom, knowledge, justice, excellence. They need to see your faces. They must see your faces. They must see your faces. This was never about us. It's always about you and the people that need to see your face. So I'll end with this, because I'm sure I'm well over time. And this goes along without even me knowing what Dr. Demps was going to say, but thinking about what she said all along. I'm going to forego this slide here. She opened, and she opens every orientation and every info session with, get ready, get ready, get ready. It's a bit of a joke that we're like, here she come, which is why we take the mic from her. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready. One of my favorite quotes is the following: the teacher disappears when the student is ready. Congratulations to you, class of 2025. I wish you the best in your next endeavors, and I look forward to seeing you in December.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Dr. Dawson. And you're ready, you're ready, you're ready. Next on our program are the program awards and certificate presentations. So I guess I'll facilitate that. So we are going to go by advisors or the awards. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. My apologies. The first award we will be presenting is the Physician Assistant Growth Award. Okay, this award recognizes the students who show outstanding educational growth, improvement, commitment, and intellectual development in their academic subjects. Its purpose is to encourage and reward students who give their best effort, often in the face of special obstacles. This year, we are honoring Fumi Dadu and Summer Blake. Another round of applause. Congratulations, ladies. The next award is the Physician Assistant's Excellence in Community Engagement. This award is to the PA student for excellence in community engagement. It recognizes the student that embodies the mission and vision of Morehouse School of Medicine. This award honors the person who demonstrated civic agency, civic identity, and champions the advancement of health equity. This award goes to Cameron Nichols.
The next award is going to be for the Physician Assistant Excellence in Student Leadership. The Excellence in Student Leadership, award honors a student who exemplifies the PA profession philosophy of providing accessible, quality healthcare to all. This student is an outstanding leader who has demonstrated excellence in the Morehouse School of Medicine PA program throughout their matriculation. Honored student leaders show many characteristics such as commitment, professionalism, and also an advocate for patients and the community. And the award for this, or the recipient of this award this year, goes to Brandon Harper.
Good evening, everyone. All right, so our next award is going to be the Physician Assistant Academic Excellence Award. This award recognizes the PA student who maintained a GPA of 3.5 or higher for both phases of the Physician Assistant program. The student also must demonstrate proficiency across all professionalism competencies. And this year, the recipient is Miss Ligeria Lacey.
Okay, so this last award is the Program Director's Student of Excellence Award. The criteria for this, I won't read it all, but I always say it just embodies all the others. So from the service initiative, the leadership qualities, the academic, all of those kind of are embedded or encompassed in this one student. There are other things here, social accountability, demonstrates a strong interpersonal, collegial, and collaborative skills with peers, faculty, and staff, students, and the community partners, and demonstrates professional, respectful, and ethical behavior. And this year, I chose to award Krishna Lewis for this award.
Next, we're going to ask all of the faculty advisors to come forward, and we're going to ask students to govern yourselves according to your advisor. The first group will be Dr. Ard's advisees. So if you are Dr. Ard's advisees, please make your way to the stage. Okay. I think the first certificate is to Brandon Harper. Lageria. Kayla. and Helena. The next group is Dr. Blackman's advisees. If you can make your way to the stage. We have Brittany Hall. Cameron. Marcel. And also in their absence, we'd like to acknowledge Chadwick Richardson and Deja Booker. Next group is Dr. Demp's advisees. Please make your way. We have Alexis Blount, Raven Crowder, Joseph G, Lorraine Jean-Baptiste, Donson Kane in his absence. And we also, for Dr. O'Malley's extension, patients, if you would come forward, Patience Sellers. Adia Dobbs. Next is Professor Griggs' advisees. Standing in for Professor Griggs will be Dr. Irvin. We have Brittany Amati. Jasmine Clark. Again, Brittany Amati. Our favorite BP, Fumi. Arlita Lawson, I think in her absence, is Arlita here? Brianna Nesbitt. And Helen Shatar. Next, we have Professor Moon's advisees. Dr. Irvin, if you would stay. We would like to acknowledge Emmanuel Burns in his absence. And Jasmine Jali Yazadi in her absence. Devin Herman in his presence. AKA Devon. Patricia Carabo. Krishna Louie. Caitlin Sinnott. And Dale Williams. Next, we ask Dr. Young Mercado's advisees to come forward. Dr. Demps will be presenting on her behalf. Stephanie Bouvet. Summer Blake. Arnisha Clark. Haley Grennan. And last, but certainly not least, your Americana. Ashley Hagan. Let's give everyone a round of applause. This has truly been a wonderful, wonderful evening. And to close out our evening, we are going to have your president, Ms. Karishna Louie, come with closing remarks.
All right, good evening, everyone. Oh, y'all tired already? Good evening, everyone. All right, I'm gonna close it out. I'm gonna make it short and cute. I just wanted to say on behalf of the Morehouse School of Medicine, PA, class of 2025, as Fumi, the VP trademark, the Oh So Live class of 2025, it is an absolute honor to close out tonight's celebration. I want to begin by first offering our heartfelt thanks to every professor, faculty member, staff, and preceptor who poured into us over these last 2.5 years. You didn't teach us, you challenged us, pushing us to grow, and you helped us shape into providers with purpose. To every family member and loved one who supported us through long nights, and y'all know I love those long nights, those all-nighters, every mornings, the breakdowns, but also the breakthroughs. This moment is as much as yours as it is ours. We carry your love with us in every patient room as a reminder of your support and your love. I want to invite you back to Friday, September 15th, but 2023. In this very room right here sitting, in this very room proudly receiving our short white coats. Bright-eyed, anxious, hopeful, that coat represented more than just a uniform, but a promise. A symbol that we are no longer pre-PAs, but students in training ready to rise to the calling. And they said the 2 years will go by fast, and it certainly did, because look at us now, 2 years later in the same seats. Since then, we experienced many firsts. Our first exam, not knowing what to expect. Our first clinical vignette, not knowing what that even was to begin with. And then, after that, our first class outing, our first PA week as students and not pre-PA, celebrating on campus. And our first OSCE, where someone said they were having a heart attack, and I'm over here in the midst of having a panic attack, And we're over here trying to figure out, okay, what do I do next in these next 20 minutes? Next thing you know, 20 minutes went by so fast, it felt like 5 seconds. But that was the shortest 20 minutes of our lives, just like these 2 years. And yet here we are. We survived. We survived our DATIC. We survived clinical rotations. We went from drinking from a fire hydrant of information to honestly, it felt like I was swimming in the ocean of guidelines, words that took forever to learn how to pronounce. Even I'm still trying to figure out the Latin language, diagnoses and procedures and treatments. But instead of sinking in that ocean, we learned to float, then swim, and now soar. We didn't just memorize, we became. We became advocates, listeners, educators, and now future healers. And we learned not just the science of medicine, but the art of care, the art of the importance of health equity and also health justice. And that will never be forgotten by the patients that we serve in the future. But let's not forget where we came from. The long application cycles, waiting for the acceptance call from Dr. Dawson. I remember I was on my way to homecoming and I was like, I don't know this number. And here is my acceptance call. So I know we were all shocked and so excited to finally say, oh, or hear, you've been accepted to Morehouse School of Medicine. The moments we wonder if we will make it even to PA school, but yet here we are in that very same seat. Now look around you, the same classmates you laughed with, studied with, cried with, and even prayed with. They're not just colleagues, they're now family. As we prepare for graduation, December 12th, put that in your calendars, and one day sign our names with a PA, not the little C, but the big C. We will never forget the impacts you're meant to make. You're someone's hope, you're someone's answered prayer. So, to the Oh So Live, trademark by Fumi, class of 2025, congratulations. We started from wearing a white coat, and the next time we'll be wearing our caps and gowns with not the certificates, but with our degrees in our hands. So let's make a round of applause for that. But until then, keep going, keep serving, and never forget, you belong in every room you walk into. Good luck on your pants exam. Let's get this pants rate up, and let's pass. Thank you.
Thank you again. This concludes our evening together. We do ask that the awardees, the faculty awardees, stay behind so we can grab some pictures of you. The students.